Today, we're going to be doing a review on the Tattooist of Auschwitz.
So if you really like stories that are based on real people that really lived and survived to tell about it, this book is for you.
Now, there is an intensity disclaimer that we want to give you because
Yes.
this is an intense topic. It's an intense story. It's not gory or anything like that. It's just a heavy topic. So it is pretty intense, right?
It is, but even though it's an intense topic, the writing is very simplistic, so it's appropriate for generally all audiences.
Okay, Ange, bottom line this. Are you going to keep the Tattooist of Auschwitz, put it back on the shelf? Or are you going to put it in the box to get rid of?
While I really like the book, I am not going to be keeping it on my shelf.
We're getting rid of another book. Score!
My reason for that is simply that while I enjoyed reading it the first time, and I think everybody should read it because I think it's an important thing for us not to forget, I don't want to read it a second time. And if I'm not going to read it a second time, I don't really want to keep it on the shelf.
That makes sense to me. So maybe you should get a copy of this, read it once, give it to a friend.
Yes.
Maybe you should give it to a friend.
Yes. I think
you got
I will
any
do
friends?
that.
Any friends out there? Put a comment in. Maybe you get a free book in the mail. Okay, so tell me a little bit about the storyline. What's happening in this book?
So this story takes place at Auschwitz in World War II. And it's the story of Lael and Gita. And basically, Lael ends up at Auschwitz, and the guards discover that he can speak multiple languages. And he is given the job of the tattooist, which is a very prized position at the camp. He was protected.
Wow, that is an intense position. You have to go around and tattoo the numbers on everyone?
He sat there, he tattooed a lot of people, but he used his position to help other people. And he actually made an agreement with the ladies that did all the sorting of all of the possessions of the prisoners that they killed. And they smuggled jewels and valuables to him. And he, in turn, smuggled that to someone who worked outside of the camp for food and medicine. And he really helped a lot of people.
So he would barter what they could smuggle in to get them extra food and medicine to keep them alive.
Yes, he saved a lot of people. He became the person in the camp that all of the prisoners came to for help if they
See,
needed
that's what
something.
I'm talking about. That's just intense stuff. I mean, we're not talking about just some made-up movie. This really happened.
Yeah, and that's what I love about the book, is that this man was in a horrible situation and he never gave up his hope that he was going to survive and that he was going to help as many people as he could.
Now, what's happening with the young lady in this book? There's kind of something going on there, isn't there?
He meets her when she sits down in the chair for him to tattoo her. And he falls in love on sight and says, I'm going to live to marry her someday.
Love at first sight. Have you guys ever experienced love at first sight? Okay, so what's the writing style in this book?
Okay, so this story, it's easy to read because it's very simplistically written. In fact, some of the places it's almost bullet point.
Really?
It's very simplistic, and that makes it easy to read, but I think that a lot of the emotion that should have been present for this intense topic is not there because of that, which is unfortunate.
They kind of tone it down a little bit, and maybe you miss some of the emotion of it.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know that people are dying, but it's not graphic, and it's very, very simplistic.
Okay, so is it plot or character driven?
Definitely plot driven.
So what's the theme or the deeper meaning of this book? I mean, obviously they wrote it as their story, their life story, but there's got to be something deeper about this.
Absolutely. I think that the deeper meaning in The Tattooist of Auschwitz is the human spirit and how the human spirit can survive and the power of love even in very dark places. And the other thing about this book is that these are real people that really lived and really died. And by reading this story, we are remembering them and honoring them.
So I think I already know the answer, but did you love this book or did you hate it?
I loved it. I enjoyed reading it. It's a true story of survival and the human spirit, and I really enjoyed that. But what I really loved about the book is the pictures of the real life Lael and Gita at the end of the book.
Yeah,
it really makes the book stand out.
That's cool. I like looking at the pictures and some of the other stuff that they had in it. It was cool.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're enjoying the book reviews, some of them kind of more fun. This one's pretty intense. But if you're enjoying it, hit the like and click subscribe and turn on the notifications so you get the writing reviews and also the writing tips that's coming up.
So if you're interested in this book, check out the link in the description and you can read the real life story of Lel and Gita and their story of survival.